Good morning, students. So, today we are starting the third and the last part of the chapter Architecture and Power. So, students, in the previous video, we have already discussed about power and public good, material labor and designs, Islamic influence, and empire and architecture. In empire and architecture, we have only discussed about the Akbar architectures. In this video, we will discuss about Shah Jahan and building activities, Sultanate and Indo-Islamic style, and regional influences. So let's start with the Shah Jahan building activities. We all know that Shah Jahan used white marble to build most of his monuments. So let's discuss some of his monuments. Let's start with the two important halls in the Red Fort, Diwan-e-Aam and Diwan-e-Khas. So let's discuss Diwan-e-Aam first. What is Diwan-e-Aam? Diwan-e-Aam or the Hall of Audience is a room in the Red Fort of Delhi where the Mughal Emperor Shah Jahan and his successors received members of the general public and heard their grievances. That's the reason it is called as Diwan-e-Aam. This was like a mosque. The throne was described as the Qibla and it was in the direction where Muslims do prayer. And the emperor was known as God on earth. Why he was known as God on earth? Because he used to hear the grievances of the general public and they used to solve their problems. Diwan-e-Khas. Diwan-e-Khas was the emperor's private audience hall, a riverside palace reserved for ministers and high-ranking favored visitors. That's the reason it was called as Hall for Private Audience. It was decorated with beautifully carved marble screens. What are screens? Screens means decorative panel for dividing or protecting rooms into different chambers. And its ceilings were covered with golden decoration. Have a look at this picture. Now let's talk about the most famous architectural achievement of Shah Jahan, that is Taj Mahal at Agra. The Taj Mahal is mausoleum of his wife Mumtaz Mahal. At each of the four corners of the platform there is thin tower or minaret. Marble screen and the pietra dura on the walls are its finest features. Now the red sandstone, silver and gold, carnelian, jasper, jade and lapis lazuli were brought from all over the Asia to decorate the Taj Mahal. White Makrana marble was brought from Jodhpur by more than thousands of elephants. Now the construction of mosque was also at peak under Shah Jahan. Two best examples are at Moti Masjid at the Agra Fort and the Jama Masjid in Delhi. Now let's discuss about the Sultanate and Indo-Islamic style. Now the two important features of architecture during the Sultanate were the dome and the pointed arches. The pointed arches introduced by the Sultan of Delhi was different from the arches built in India earlier. However, the earlier Indian styles and the styles of Sultanate architecture had many similarities. And that's the reason they gave birth to a new style known as Indo-Islamic style of architecture. Now let's discuss about Quwwat-ul-Islam Mosque. The Quwwat-ul-Islam Mosque was also known as the Might of Islam. It was probably the first important monument built during the Sultanate period. And it was built by Qutbuddin Aibak. Who was Qutbuddin Aibak? Qutbuddin Aibak was the first Sultan of Delhi. We have already studied about Qutbuddin Aibak in the chapter The Sultan of Delhi. Now if you see the construction of Quwwat-ul-Islam Mosque, it shows that it was earlier a Hindu temple which was turned into a mosque. Aibak also started building Qutub Minar. Now have a look at this point. Aibak started building Qutub Minar. Construction of Qutub Minar was not completed during the Aibak reign. Its first four stories were completed during the Qutbuddin and his successor Iltutmish, and fifth story was added during Firoz Shah Tughlaq reign. And Qutub Minar was 230 feet tall minaret with 5 stories. If you have visited the Qutub Minar, you must have also visited the mausoleum of Iltutmish. It is in the Qutub complex. Iltutmish also built the Hauz-e-Shamshi reservoir in Mehruli, which also has Jahaz Mahal standing on its edge. Have a look at this picture. This is Hauz-e-Shamshi reservoir in Mehruli, which also has Jahaz Mahal standing on its edge. He also built the mausoleum of his eldest son, Prince Nasir ud-Din Muhammad. It was known as Sultan Ghari, and it was the first Islamic mausoleum in Delhi. Now the rulers of Sultanate dynasty continued the tradition of the earlier rulers. The best known piece of architecture was built by Alauddin Khilji as the Ali Darwaza. It was the southern gate of Quwwat-ul-Islam Mosque. And who built the Quwwat-ul-Islam Mosque? Quwwat-ul-Islam Mosque was built by Qutbuddin Aibak. And he also built the tomb, Alauddin Khilji tomb and madrasa, which was located near Ali Darwaza. Now Alauddin Khilji also built the fourth city of Siri in Delhi. The Hauz Khas complex was also designed as a part of Siri. Now let's talk about the Lodhis. The Lodhis introduced the new feature of double dome. They also introduced a new type of decoration combining enameled tiles with grey stone, and decorative work in terracotta continued to be popular. And some of the best known monuments were Bara Gumbad and Sheesh Gumbad and the tomb of Sikandar Lodhi. Regional influence. The Sultanate and Mughal architecture were both a result of merging several architectural traditions. Mughal rulers added different regional architecture in their styles and vice versa. For example, Akbar borrowed elements from the Gujarati and Bengali tradition for the Fatehpur Sikri buildings, and some temples in Vrindavan showed the trends of Mughal architecture. In the Deccan, the architecture showed a Persian influence. The Gol Gumbaj at Bijapur is a well-known example of this influence. More importantly, the beautiful Mughal architecture continued to be imitated long after the decline of the Mughal Empire. So students, now it's time for some brainstorming exercise. So let's start. What do you understand by Diwan-e Khas? Who built Quwwat-ul-Islam Mosque? And which is the first important monument built during Sultanate period? So students, give me the answers of these questions in the comment section below. Thank you and have a good day.